our second activity of the day, math. Today we're going to be talking specifically on graphing, but talking about a pie chart. So what I want to do is I want to go over 4 vocabulary words that go along with what a pie chart is and what a pie chart tells us. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over these 4 vocab words and explain them to you. Then I'm going to tell you what materials we are going to need, and then I'm going to show you how these vocabulary words represent the pie chart that we're going to be working with. So let's first start off with what is a pie chart. So a pie chart is a special chart divided into different groups which represent a number, okay? And we're going to worry about the parentheses later. Now, pie charts have a title. And the title, just like when we do reading, it tells us, for example, the title in reading tells us that what we're going to be reading about. The title of a bar graph is what the pie chart represents. Then in our pie chart, there's going to be different types of activities. An activity is something you do. And then there's going to be questions related to the pie chart. So questions are asked about the pie chart. So materials that we are going to need for this is you're going to need our pie chart that looks like this with the title, What Will Randy Do With His Paycheck? Okay? And there's going to be 3 questions on the front, and when you flip it over, there'll be 2 questions on the back. You're also going to need a pencil. So what I want you to do is I want you to find the pie chart math graph in your packet and get out a pencil as well. Remember, I'd like you to put your first and last name at the top of the paper, and I want you to make sure that you're on the side that has questions 1, 2, and 3 on it. So if you need time to get that out, your worksheet and your pencil, as well as writing your first and last name at the top of your paper, you can pause the video here, and then when you have everything in front of you, you can press play again. The first thing I want to do is I want to show you how these vocabulary words tie into our pie chart before we start answering the questions. So, over here, this is a pie chart, okay? I know it's kind of hard, it's not in color, but you can see that there are different shades of black in it, or gray. So this is a pie chart, a circle, and a pie chart is a special chart divided into different groups which represent a number, okay? So here's our pie chart divided into different groups, okay? And it represents a number. And the number that we're talking about today is money. So we might see some money amounts for $50, some money amounts for $75, some money amounts for $20, and so forth and so on. Then the title. And remember, the title is what the pie chart represents. So the title of our pie chart is What Will Randy Do With His Paycheck? And as you see, the title is found at the top. So just like in reading, the title is at the top of our reading. So it's at the top of our pie chart here. That is the title. What will Randy do with his paycheck? Then the activity is something you do. So the activities are represented by pictures and words here. So over here, an activity could be fun with friends is one activity. Another activity is buy food. Another activity is pay cell phone bill. Another activity is buy clothes. And the last activity is safer video game system. And then last but not least are questions. And questions are asked about the pie chart. And we have 5 questions here. 3 on one side and 2 questions on the other side, equaling a total of 5 questions. Okay, so we just talked about the different parts of a pie chart. So here is the pie chart that we're talking about. Here is the title of the pie chart. What will Randy do with his paycheck? Here are the different activities that Randy could do with his paycheck. And each activity is associated with how much it will cost him to do the activity. And then our questions below. So what I'm going to do is we're going to answer the first question together. Just check to make sure that you have your first and last name at the top of your paper, and that you're on the side that has the 3 questions listed. So you should see 1, 2, and 3. So let's read the first question together. It says, how much money will Randy save for a new video game system? So we're looking for, he wants to save for a new video game system. So we're going to look for that activity. You can also look for the picture that shows a video game system. So it would have maybe a TV and controllers, and find that on your pie chart. So over here, if we look at all the activities, I found the one that says save for a video game system. And it also has the picture of the TV and the 2 remote controls. And it says how much money, and the amount is above. So he has to save $75 for a video game system. So I'm going to write the amount $75 on the line. Then it's going to be your turn to answer the last 4 questions on your own. The 2 questions that are on the front, and then when you turn your paper over, the 2 questions on the back. So the steps that you are going to do is you're going to read the question, and then you're going to look for the activity or the amount the question is asking based on the pie chart. You can use the pictures over here to help you identify the activity that they may be asking for, just like we did here on the first one. And then you're going to write your answer on the line. Before we go, I want to review those vocab words again so we get familiar with the pie chart, because we're going to be working with these in the future. So over here, here is our pie chart. And a pie chart is a special chart divided into groups which represent a number. So over here, you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different groups, okay? The title is what the pie chart represents. So the title is, what will Randy do with his paycheck? So that's what the pie chart is telling us. Different types of activities, so something you do, that Randy will be able to do with his paycheck, okay? And there's 5 different sections of the pie chart, which indicate that there's 5 different activities. And then our questions are asked about the pie chart. So questions are asked, and in order to answer those questions, we're going to use the pie chart to do so. So we completed the first one on our own by reading the question, how much money will Randy save for a new video game? We found the activity of saving for a game system, and then it said the amount above, which was $75, so I wrote $75. That's how much money Randy will need to save for a new video game system. Now it's going to be your turn to complete the last 4 questions and reference the pie chart to help you, okay? At the end of this, you can have a parent or an older sibling or another adult take a picture of your work and send it to me so I can see what a great job you did. After math, it's going to also be time for life skills. So I will see you all back in life skills for our 3rd activity of the day.